I like this. Rubik versus the Puck, instant stun in the telekinesis. Puck's abilities are very good to steal as well. Remaining. Orb and Fade Bolt, you're able to get a lot of farm.
5 seconds remaining.
Waning Rift and Fade Bolt, just an extra silence. So, I'm really surprised. Like, what do you feel like Rubik lacks in his toolkit as to why we aren't seeing this hero as much?
Not the strongest laner. Very long cooldowns early on, like telekinesis, Fade Bolt. It's not the greatest, right? So, I'm just going to have a look at the actual cooldown numbers themselves. Yeah, like 28 seconds on your telekinesis.
Remaining.
That's a long-ass time. The only other hero that has like some sort of lockdown that does 0 damage on any kind of cooldown like that is Hex on the Lion, and it just got reduced from 30 seconds down to 24. So Rubik's is by far the longest, and it just feels like you're a little bit useless for things other than like securing range creeps, and you're picking it for like the mid to late game or as a specific hero to hero response. You're not picking it for the early.
Centaur answer those pretty interesting from Hydra. I think it was it No Sorry that we were seeing playing? Yeah, I believe it was No Sorry. Last hero, their offlaner was. They played the Centaur game 1 and game 2 of one of their series. I believe it was for Amiga. So it's interesting that I think always Eastern Europe has been a region that have always had a bit more diversity in regards to their heroes and also offlaners in general. Like we saw, Claps is always attempting the axe and Blizzy as well. But still I'm hesitant on the Centaur.
Loving the monkey, though. It is giving that vision that I said they needed,
remaining.
right? They need some kind of way to be able to initiate on this Winter Wyvern. Another way to go down it would be the Night Stalker, because, Wyvern +1 isn't the strongest lane to be able to go up against, but you've got a Phoenix on your team, so you probably don't want to do that. They're just going to Jug instead. I mean, Wyvern Jug isn't terrible against the Centaur, right? Percent damage against a Centaur, 2 slows, spin. You probably still need to play around that level 3 timing, though, just so that the Juggernaut has a little bit more damage in the Blade Fury.
Yeah, and honestly, like, Centaurs, you really like to rush, like, a Vanguard or a Hood. You don't try and fit a Boots in there, because you just be this huge tanky force, but this is a lane where you're probably forced to go Boots now to get out of range of the spin and kind of for the slow from the Arctic Burn, so it is going to slightly delay one of those big spikes for the Centaur early on. This is an incredible Juggernaut game, though.
It's pretty good. I wonder if it even is, like, do you even go the Boots? Because I feel like once you're getting slowed twice, it doesn't matter. And Jug's going to build into Boots, because obviously he wants to catch you, right? So you're getting caught either way.
Remaining.
So you may as well just get that... I think you would get the Hood first, right? That's the only way you're going to die this game.
Yep, I'd agree.
But yeah, very good Jug game into a Phoenix, into a Puck. Just really solid. The laning stage is all right, but again, it probably relies on the Centaur to screw up in order to get a kill.
Right, we are looking for Hydra's either carry or position 5. Well, I mean, it's going to be the 5, I believe. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Phoenix can flex.
What do they want for a 5 against this?
Can they have any BKB piercing control for the Jug? That would be nice to help with the Supernova. Warlock would have been one of them.
Like a Bane or a Tree.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't hate Tree at all. They do not have the greatest tower push on HellRaisers. Jug can kind of help out a little bit early on. That's the nice thing about the hero, but I'd be down for Tree. That's also...
It's a slow.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just disrupt whoever gets cursed as well, right? So, offlaner for HellRaisers, there's not many left in the pool, if I'm correct. Yeah, no Beastmaster, no Dawn, no Enigma.
10 seconds
no
remaining.
Lycan Viper, Mars, DK, all gone.
5 seconds remaining.
So, they are going to... Could they Night Stalker? No, not into a Monkey King. Could they Sand King?
Yeah, you might have to go down kind of one of those routes. You don't have many options left.
Alchemist.
Jesus, that's well, that's a crazy route. What do we got? What's the play? Is this Elk 3?
Mid-Elk.
It's a Mid-Alchemist. It's not a Wyvern 3, is it?
No.
Okay.
It is a Wyvern 5. Interesting. I mean, again, into a puck, Alchemist is another one of those decent matchups, right? Because acid spray, physical damage, armor reduction, puck, very low armor, needing not the greatest attack range, so you are going to get harassed a little bit. They don't have the strongest ganking supports either with the Shadow Demon and the Phoenix, and Center wants to stay in lane, Monkey King needs to farm. So I think they're just saying, look, we don't think Puck's going to be able to do it all on her own, and if she tries, if she has a really good game, then our supports are capable of rotating and preventing that from happening.
I think the one interesting thing about the Alchemist is I'm a bit concerned. I feel like it's a very good Shadow Demon and what you're able to provide them. You've got some percent damage as well with the Sunray. Although they do have very good answers to the Supernova. So it's not going to be like this game is where we're looking towards... I really think the late game is where we're going to get a lot more impact out of the Supernova. When you have that level 25 and the Puck Coil piercing BKB is so vital to deal with the Juggernaut, so vital to deal with the Alchemist as well with his BKB, because I mean they're going to have ridiculous amount of attack speed. So I don't think this egg is really the one thing they're looking for on Hydra. I think it's that Sunray to get rid of the Alchemist, even get rid of the Tiny. I mean, he's a strength hero. He's going to struggle into this. So they've definitely answered the Supernova, but can they deal with the Phoenix Sunray? Because I've seen a lot of Kai's and that 6% spell amp at level 10 with that talent, and you do ridiculous amounts of damage. You can solo win a fire.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm a little concerned about for HellRaisers is that you might be able to deal with the Phoenix if they pop the Supernova in a not so great spot. But how are you going to deal with the Phoenix and the Shadow Demon? Like, you have very few heroes that want to instantly get in onto the back lines. I think Miero is going to need to play an excellent game this time around. Offlane Tiny isn't something that we see super commonly. So we'll see if he's able to make it work. But honestly, a Tiny into the lane as well. I mean, you're still going up against a Monkey, right? Yep. Which is not the easiest.
Maybe they can... early levels is not going to be easy. I was going to say, maybe they can look to just, like, spam abilities, like Avatos into Fade Bolt. Maybe that's enough for him to not be able to stack up the Jingu. And honestly, he probably never should be able to get Jingu because of, like, Telekinesis and Toss defensively. So, maybe that's how... I mean, Miro as well, he's level 25 on the Tiny, which you would never really expect an offlaner to be such a high level on this hero. Like, his... Really, the only person I'm comfortable with seeing play the Tinies at 3 is Faith Beyond. He used to thrive on this hero a couple of tours ago, really even last season, I think. I haven't seen it too much this season, so I'm excited to see how Miro is able to shape up with it, but I feel like we got a pretty even game in store. Do you feel that's the case as well?
I think it is, and I think... It's going to come down to the later stages of this game, in my opinion. And I feel like if it gets super late... Honestly, I don't even know who I prefer if it gets super late, right? Because then Rubik becomes a whole lot more effective. Phoenix becomes a whole lot more effective. You might get a Aghanim Scepter even on Koval. So it's like, what do you do? Like, he might have Demonic Cleanse as well. Triple Demonic Cleanse, triple Demonic Purge. All the talents work for both of the abilities as well. I don't know. This is too close to call in my books.
I think it's the supports on Hydra that win them the game. I think supports on Hydra and level 25 Coil for late game is a big thing that Hydra are going to be looking for. Scepters are very good on HellRaisers.
Just avoid Tiny is the job for Hydra supports, right? Because Rubik doesn't want to be on the front lines. Wyvern doesn't want to be on the front lines. If Jug goes on you, you can just, like, egg. If Alchemist goes on you, then dive away, you know? It's like very few ways that they should be able to punish you in this early game.
Miro's in a lot of trouble down bottom. So some stick charges in Tango, actually, so he should not tick out to this. Even Gilga is going to take a lot of damage from Kick, so very nicely done for the Phoenix, being able to give Rari a little bit of breathing room on the Monkey King. I think, oh, okay, this is something that we didn't actually bring up, the aggressive play that we could see, like a telekinesis closer to the Tiny and then maybe a toss under the tower.
Maybe, but it involves the lane being pushed all this way back. I'm assuming that we're going to be seeing a lot more emphasis on Kikid to make sure that this small camp isn't being blocked anymore. I'd be really surprised if there wasn't a sentry ward coming out on the courier, and there is, just because obviously he wants the lane to be as far away from that as possible. You don't want to give any of these, like, I'm going to call them cheap kills, because they're kills that really shouldn't be happening.
So regardless, though, for HellRaisers, it does look like they have a lot more of a greedier lineup with a tiny 3, Elk mid, Jug carry. The supports, especially Wyvern, can't make plays, and Rubik does kind of struggle. Like, you need heroes to be with you as well. So I think there's going to be a big window here for Hydra. You need to get out of the lane, of course. That's the big thing. But Puck can really control this game for the first... Man, I'd even say 14 minutes. Really, until Mira gets Blink, I think it's all Puck's game.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, in our interviews with some of the other Eastern European players, they're saying, look, Puck is very strong early on, and you can give a lot of control, but you're lacking the damage. And I feel like the supports don't give that with what they have right now. You know, it's not going to be enough, at least until you're level 6 on the Phoenix, for example. You know, Dream Coil into a Supernova to be able to get a couple of kills. And even then, like, pretty slow at pushing towers is Puck, Phoenix, and Shadow Demon. So it's not like you're going to be able to get something off the back of a successful gank attempt.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. We do kind of see the damage issues, and ICQ is going to be chased down for the moment. Watson hesitant with how he wants to use his Blade Fury. We do see how much damage his Arctic Burn can do, even though it is level 1. No, that's actually a very good point now, because I'm also looking like, you know, the Centaur's a hero that, what we saw when we had the opportunity to cast No Sorry, last hero, like, he's just, you kind of just farm on this hero for like 15 minutes top lane. Oh, you had to be perfect with the Stomp. Actually, Blade Fury was still on cooldown, so didn't have to go too early on it, but regardless, Watson's going to be okay.
Gives him the free tip. He just wanted the Doe plus shards, easy.
Oh, yes. I see. Big brain stuff.
I think this is going to be a real quiet game for the first, honestly, like 20 minutes.
Okay. Get set up.
Kick your feet up. Get yourself a glass of water. And maybe some snackies as well.
Hero? I was going to say, is Kick going to go for the dive here? But no, with Boundless already. Use Prior. Alright, so when we got a...
Bruce Lee impression.
What?
What the? Know who Bruce Lee is?
Who's Bruce Lee? Didn't he...
Oh, no. No, that's a troll. That's a troll. I know you know who Bruce Lee is.
He's some... He did boxing, right? Miro? Oh, he's going to be in with a combo. Kicked. Sticking around, though. Now that Rari's able to step in, the Monkey King can kind of tank up a little bit more of the damage. Kick's going to still dive back in. They're going to be cautious, but Miro still, the spells are on cooldown. And he's going to miss the tree throw, and Rari, he's still got one more Jingu stack to play with, so Rari gets the double kill. Beautifully done from Hydra down bottom, really opening up our game 1 now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think that's the sort of, like, desperation attempt that they're wanting, because they understand that, you know, with the 3 points in the Jingu Mastery, obviously he got the 3rd point from the kills, but it's getting to the stage where this lane is just not able to be moved into by the Tiny. Like, he's going to be bullied out so heavily by the Monkey King. So they were like, all right, this is the last chance before he hits his little power spike. We've got a couple of points in Avalanche. Let's try and go for the kill. They're trying to do it again, but the damage just isn't there.
Also, I can't stress enough how important it is the fact that Rabel just took away the double damage rune from Ascult. That DD with a coil should be a free kill on a side lane. So Ascult's now going to have to stick around. And this is also the thing with the Alchemist. I mean, you just... Oh, top lane, ICQ. Nicely done from Koval. Gets the banishment off. It's going to stop a lot of the damage coming through from the Blade Fury. So ICQ will be alright.
Just while we've got a little bit of the downtime, did you get a chance to look at the HellRaisers flag?
No, I did not, actually. I will do that 1 second, though. Bottom lane. Rotation coming through from Ascult. It's a coil onto 2. Mira's going to look to break the coil onto the tower. They've got the Sunray. It is only level 1, but any percent damage you can do is always important against the Tiny. And now they're content with diving kill gear as well. As there we go. Ascult is already considering all these rotations, the angles that he can play with, and finds another double kill for Hydra down bottom.
Really nice use of the mischief there on Rari, making sure that he wasn't going to get his tree dance disabled if he was needing to use it. saving it for the right click coming through. So just more good early plays, but in the meantime,
I'm
Alchemist happily farming. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna bring up the banner. Okay, I can't go like a close up, but their banner's like a singlet on a hanger with a little bit of shorts there as well. I'll get a close up later on. I don't wanna.
They look like those classic like cartoon undies, you know, the white ones with the love hearts on them.
Yes, right. No, actually, I need a close up, but I did kind of see it in the draft. Just need to let everyone see it as well. Where's another? Where are the banners? Are they? Oh, there's one. How do I show this? Getting crafty. Make sure I don't miss a. Oh, frick. This is taking too long. That's pause time stuff.
Don't worry, there's nothing happening except the monkey king at the top. No, he had the probably would have died actually if he didn't have the infused raindrops, and he's looking to go for a return kill here. Actually, just wanting to get the Jinkus up so that he gets the value out of the Boundless Strike into the creep wave. All that lifesteal.
So
but yeah, this is what I was talking about with the laning stage, right? Like, very rough for HellRaisers, and you know, almost any Monkey King lane, you're going to be on the losing end of it. Like, you're 2 levels behind the Monkey at this stage. The counter impact to that is, if their lane is going badly, it means that the Alchemist isn't dying because, again, Puck does not have the damage to be able to take him out on his own. So Rabel just looking to accelerate the farm, going into the Radiance. This was the reasoning behind the Alchemist pick, just saying, look, it's a slow game, let's take advantage of it. He's not going to be handing out any Aghanim Scepters anytime soon. This is Rabel's game to carry.
I mean, if you do take a look at the lanes, though, it's not like they've gone poorly. I mean, Jug is 600 advantage over the Centaur, so he's one top. And in regards to the offlaners, Tiny is a little bit behind. I feel like that's kind of expected now that Centaur can just cut the wave. But into this really poor matchup of the Monkey King, I feel like you'd have to be pretty happy with Miro. So you don't want to...
I think you're relatively satisfied.
Illusion.
And
Don't want more free kills.
Yes, that's the important thing. Don't feed over some of these kills. Miro is looking to rush the blink. I don't know how they can try and get him to a closer blink timing. It's not like you're really going to give the Tiny any stacks when you've got an Alchemist.
No, I think it's all about just trying to get him to farm underneath your tower, which he is doing now. I mean, he's got a full creep wave and a half.
Oh, Rabel's going to lose the Chemical Rage. Oh, this is perfect timing with the rotation coming through from Hydra. Melody still doesn't have the ultimate to be able to play with. Omni Slash is out. They still get the kill into the Elk, so Rabel's down. Hydra, it's a deep attempt. Are they going to be penalized for this? Banishment buying some time, but it's not enough as Miro, even trying to step into Ascot's location, gets a little bit of distance away. ICQ should be able to close the distance to prevent this. Miro's going to be forced to toss the Centaur out of his neighborhood so he doesn't get that stomp, but we do have a 1-for-1, so the Monkey King goes down, but you do slow down the Alchemist's farm.
Yeah, the issue is, though, for Hydra, is that Monkey King is the one that's going to be sieging the high ground. They've got a backup plan on HellRaisers. They've got the Juggernaut that's still continuing to farm just fine. You know, a good use of the first Omni Slash there, picking up the double damage on Watson. And he might go a little bit more of a utility build. Like, I honestly wouldn't even hate to see Maelstrom into a Yasha into a Blink Dagger or something like that. Maybe picking up the Aghanim Shard as well, but they could just look to get that from Roshan perhaps. But he just needs to be that way to be able to get it onto the backlines and deal with the Phoenix.
Radiant structures are fortified.
ICQ doing a good job pushing in top as well, fortifying the creep waves so that the siege creep doesn't go down. Of course, with the Vanguard and the Hood, very, very hard to kill him, going into his own Blink Dagger soon. So let's see what other sorts of timings that's going to match up with. Puck still obviously having a good game, picking up the Witchblade already, but it's really going to be her Blink Dagger as well that's next up the queue.
Good.
Echo Saber coming through Ferrari.
We're looking at a solo kill up top. Shadow Demon purge into multiple poison stacks, and ICQ's got to get in range to at least soak up a little bit of experience there. One at the last hit, but will not be fortunate enough. And now they're going to try and collapse on mid. This is a big tower if they can find it.
Oh, it's a big if though. What's the vision looking like for Hydra? It's decent towards the right-hand side, but HellRaisers certainly isn't lacking. They're just waiting for the Wyvern to be back.
Oh, okay. Gilgi in the... Gilgi... Oh, no! Rabel, he just completed the Radiance, so a bit of a timing here for the Alchemist to play with. Omni Slash to look to deal with the Shadow Demon for the moment. Rari is going to try and stand his ground with the Wukong. Man, look at the team fight control! Supernova dropped as well, and ICQ, the body blocks! Too much of an issue for Watson to deal with. The Avalanche is going to buy him a little bit of breathing, but Rari into the T2 tower. Ascold's going to dive deep as well. An Ultra to close out that team fight as Ascold reigns supreme and along with Hydra.
You could tell the calls, just kill the Wyvern. That was the call at all stages of that game. Melody was so close to being able to get off that Winter's Curse a couple of times, but they just turned onto him, and it just completely turned around from there. If Wyvern doesn't die, you don't get those initial 3 kills, which then snowball into so much more. So it's such a big turnaround and really good teamfight execution coming out there from Hydra.
Oh, such a big fight as well for HellRaisers. You have this Radiance reveal. It's one of the biggest spikes for the Alchemist that he gets in this game. And how much gold is it? 5k gold. So all of a sudden before that, you're pretty much useless. You get this big item, then you lose the fight. I mean, it would have been lovely to have Miro's Blink, but still yet to be completed for the offlane Tiny.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Gets it now. Still needs a couple of extra points into the toss to really have that burst damage impact, particularly against the Puck, who, with that Ultra kill, already having the Witchblade plus the Blink Dagger on a Puck. That's crazy amounts of farm for this stage of the game.
Ascold, I've always been very impressed with the position 2 on Hydra whenever I have had the opportunity to watch him play. It's really felt like he's been kind of the shining star, even through a lot of their other kind of iterations of Hydra, even. It's going to be exciting to watch how he's able to continue to potentially dominate this game and with a hell of a start. Do you feel like there's... Like, the fact that Ascold is really off to the races here, can HellRaisers deal with him? Like a really farm Puck that could have like a... Well, he's going Sanja Kai next, even like an early Aeon Disc if required?
I think you can control the Puck. It's going to be on the back of the Tiny getting up to level 10, I would say. I mean, level 12 is also a really good timing just for the extra grow toss bonus damage. But for me, it's all about Wyvern just having Blink Dagger. Wyvern needs to make sure she's not dying early on into a lot of these engagements. And I don't want to say it's rare to get a Blink Dagger early on because a lot more people are doing it these days, but it's just so important in this game when they have the jump, they have the Monkey King, they have the Puck, they have the ways to find Melody.
Top lane. Melody in the tree line. Miro is well under the cover of the smoke. It's gonna pop though. Wait, hang on. Ascold. Oh, the timing of the waning rift. Jesus.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the Arctic Burn now. He was flying around previously, so it's not going to be able to catch these guys out as they make their full retreat. Even looking to maybe try and catch out Rabel here on the bottom side. Just before he gets to his BKB. That'd be a huge timing if they could find him. Oh, you could tell he was tempted for the creep wave, but he's going to back off. That Observer Ward doing him a lot of good. There you go. There's a BKB. Blink Dagger on the Tiny. Maelstrom. I honestly would even say, like, Gilgear's been doing...
Onto Ultrageous Melody. That's a lot of hate for the Wyvern. Just a measly 5. Melody, she's not loving all this attention.
He is the catalyst of HellRaisers winning any kind of team fight.
Hero,
So this would be a nice kill.
I'm going to step onto ICQ, but Shadow Demon's nearby, but it will not matter with the banishment on cooldown. He's able to get some distance away, but Rabel ticks him out with the damage over time. What can they get out of this now, though? Mid lane is completely shoved in, so they can't convert this into an objective. Miro looking for the combo, phase shift, the toss back into the concoction. They know the phase shift's on cooldown for a couple of seconds. Kick. He didn't want to look for the Sunray for any bonus health, and that's a gigantic streak that Gilgear is able to find.
He gives it over to Gilgear. I really want to see Wyvern being the one to make a lot more of these stacks. I was having a look at all of the stacks that Alchemist was taking before. I swear Gilgear's gotten him built up to like 8 stacks already in this game. But Wyvern needs the passive gold that's going to be coming through. I mean, you're just seeing, like, with how much he's dying, he's like, well, I'm never going to be able to afford a Blink Dagger if they keep focusing me. So let's just get some value items for now. The cloak going to prevent him from just dying 100-0 like previous. So we'll see if he continues to go down that avenue. I honestly just wouldn't hate to see him stay with the passive cloak and then go into the blink dagger after that.
This is the thing
Now,
about
with the alchemist having blink dagger, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, if you're able to catch out the Phoenix, the Shadow Demon, probably Shadow Demon is the bigger priority. Then suddenly your own team fight opens up. It's all about taking the attention off of the HellRaisers backline right now. And it's going to be on the job of this uber-farmed Alchemist, nearly double the net worth of the next contesting hero.
Spoke up. Arcane in the arsenal. It's a call. Are they going to lead their charges? Looks like down bottom's the play. They've got a nice observe ward to be working with. They might see Askold retreating in the lane. Yep, they're going to get confirmation. It's not an easy jump at all. Has to be perfect with the initiation. Mirror. Oh no! He went to TP, so he wasn't watching. He stunned himself, but still, Gilgis steps in. Oh no! He TP'd at the worst timing. He probably looked away. Was paying attention to the location he was soon to join, and second death in a row now for the Puck.
It's a big deal for sure, but again, like it took people off the map for the longest time. Monkey King able to continue the farm.
Mid lane.
He, again, needs to be the one.
ICQ, they're going to jump Miro. Could be a big kill if they're able to find it. Cold Embrace, level 1, but it's giving a decent amount of health back to the Tiny. And Rabel, he's able to step in as well, providing the damage. Watson soon to join. The Sunray, it's going to be enough to keep ICQ healthy for the moment. Oh, what a combo! Miro gets the avalanche onto 2. And now they can look to convert this into a tier 1 tower. Miro, toss, they got Rari! Oh, they got the monkey. Gilgit playing on the tree line was able to give them the vision they required to jump the carry on Hydra. An extra one to add to the tally.
They get that objective as well in the tier 1 tower. Potentially opening up the Roshan for themselves. They've got some decent Rosh taking potential, of course, with an Alchemist being nearly level 18, 20 minutes into the game. And, well, I don't want to say he's getting closer to being 6-slotted, but he's damn farmed for this early on. Really, again, punishing the fact that Hydra don't have that damage potential in the super early stages of this game.
It's certainly him that's farming incredibly well. It's also Watson. Of course, it looks a little bit skewed with the Alchemist being there, but the fact that Watson second in net worth with a hero like the Alchemist that just gets a ridiculous amount of farm. Like you kind of just, like you said, I mean, the Gilgit Rubik was just funneling a lot of the stacks into the Alchemist, but Watson, level 15, second in the net worth, almost Manta style completed, so his game's looking pretty solid as well.
Gilgit really showing why he's that Grandmaster Rubik as well. Having a pretty good performance so far. Obviously, the laning stage going a little better than, sorry, a little worse than expected, but I think that was just on the back of some good play coming out from Hydra, but ever since then, he's just really finding the instant catch that they need a lot of the time. That ward, though.
Hero.
All the information they could possibly want.
On the hunt, they got to deal with the supports. Not the greatest initiation from Miro. A couple of ultimates committed to try and bring him down to the right side. Askold! What a jump in as well. The simultaneous initiation gets the coil onto 2. A defensive curse buying them some time, but it doesn't get the full duration. Pursuing on, Rari. Trying to chase down Melody under the cover of the Shadow Emmet. Rari, he might be in trouble though. Ray was in with the combo. Watson's going to be nearby as well. But again, they need to deal with the supports. The banishment. Supernova to the left side, but it will not matter. Rory pops. Watson considers... Oh, all right. He's just flexing. He's like, look at me. I command to dodge the egg. And Miri gives him a tips as well.
Very, very nicely done. I mean, Puck was just standing there with no mana. That was the issue. The damage is still so lacking on HellRaisers. It hasn't gotten to that uber late stage of the game. Maybe once kicked can have the Spirit Vessel. Once you can have the Aghanim Shard, then that starts to ramp up a little bit more. But really, Shadow Demon early on, until you can get into that Aghanims for yourself, doesn't really do too much of anything. Even ICQ, although they're going to try and go onto Melody here.
Well, who's going on who right now? ICQ in trouble. Miro's got the jump as well to the side. They need a stun. They've got the damage instead to cancel one of the TPs. They're going to get the Shadow Demon as well for good measure. Right in front of the pit. So why not lead this into Roshan?
Yeah, we've also got Puck on the bottom side of the map revealing that no mana available.
Miro's got another.
Asgold.
Oh no, the tiny tosses him straight back into the Juggernaut. That puts him in the grave. This is going to be...
Tier, baby.
Oh, no, no, no.
Dire's structure has fallen to the Dire.
Looking scary. Almost AC
Looking
completed.
very scary. Oh, no, none of this almost. Just one juicy little creep wave. Level 20. AC is completed.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. All right. Banner. Let's see it.
All right, true. Just gotta make sure I don't select a tower. Can I? I can't zone. Oh my god.
Too late.
I'm trying to get a close up, but I can't like get a close up on the banner, so I have to do something else. Okay, we can do this. So you got your little shorties
I'll tell you
there.
stuff's happening.
Yeah. Literally, it just looks like a jersey. That's honestly what I imagine. A sports player, you got your locker room, jersey hung, shorts hung. It's creative. I like it. They got it's somewhat of a close up. It's mainly a close up of the throne, but behind it is the banner. What is? Oh, Mjolnir. All right, completed on Watson. Hero. Saw ICQ for a second. I just jumped the high gun as soon as the smoke pops. Great avalanche placement. The toss away, but the telekinesis as the answer from Gilgear. Another kill, and again, always the emphasis needs to be put on the supports, and they've got a glyph to stall this one out. Bottom's getting shoved in as well, so they're going to have to deal with multiple lanes here from Hydra shortly.
Yeah, Asgold doing his best to try and divert the attention up towards the top side of the map. If he could be level 18, he would feel a whole lot more confident, but he's forced to come back down to the bottom side. Glyph will save the racks for one wave, but not much more than that. Oh, you can tell Miro really wants to be able to get in onto the Shadow Demon if he can.
Oh, nice silence from Asgold. They still get the first stomp. The backline, though, from ICQ onto both supports once again. The double hoof stomp. It's really just holding them back, buying time, waiting for the Phoenix to be alive. And also, Rari, he didn't TP back as well, so he was continuing to farm by the Ancients, really trying to get close towards the BKB. He might be put in a position where he has to disassemble the Echo.
Yeah, and he will. He just wants to be able to join this team fight if he needs to, and well, there's the TP back. It's, again, if they can find Melody, then suddenly they've got a small chance on Hydra.
Supports Mr. Gonad. Both sides. You got to jump the supports. You got to blow them up. Mira's going to go for the puck instead. A Wukong's command, but instant with a curse answer. It's going to buy them a little bit of time. They're standing their ground, trying to fight it. Rari Watson is getting cleaned up here with the Monkey Illusions. They'll burn out in the end to the Supernova, so they lose Asgold, but it's a 2-for-1, and Rari is on the hunt for more. HellRaisers, what's the call? You don't have Chemical Rage to play with, so they're just going to look to back up instead as Gilga is out with the TP.
Excellent Wukong's coming out there, dealing 4.4k damage. Just laying it down in the trees, right in the choke point. Not even able to combine it together with a Dream Coil, surprisingly enough. Would have been even more effective if he was able to.
They're back in. Rabel. It's kill into kick. ICQ as well jumps the high gun. Well, you're kind of stuck up here, brother. And, well, Melody, he's not. Will fly on down, but just the banishment from the other side. And Rari, he's on cleanup duty.
They should know that it's warded up there. Would be a nice little freebie if they're able to pick it up. Rari doesn't want to be caught out here, though, by the movement coming from Rabel and Gilgear.
Oh, he's got a sentry, but it's on the south side instead. Stampede, is it going to be enough to help out? Trying to get some distance away, but it is not enough, and ICQ's in, but Dire, the water, the higher gun. Nice play from Asgold, jumps on the cliff, so he's able to scout out the location of the Rubik and the Alchemist, playing into the tree line. What more can they get out of this, though? Asgold's going to be so cautious. The burst and the chain control, always an issue.
Oh, Miro nearly sniped the Shadow Demon on the backlines. Just looking to protect their Observer Ward while they can. Ooh.
What's going on? Oh, wait, what?
No.
Asgold, what are you doing here? Oh,
He tossed it on target.
Blink should be up surely. He's going to go to the left, jaunt to the right, back to the team. He might be alive for the moment. Rainbow's going to try and get the damage tick, but oh no. They'll take out Miro instead. Still jumping on. Hang on. The Radiance is going to get Asgold. Oh no, Rainbow is still playing with the Aegis, so he doesn't give a damn about how aggressive he's playing.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh man, you're just having to try and dodge so much this game if you're on Hydra. With the amount of farm that the Alchemist had, he's really looking to punish them quite heavily, and well, Aegis not going to be a factor anymore, but he's still just looking to accelerate that farm further and further. Overwhelming Blink now available, so a great way to be able to disrupt those Blink daggers on the Shadow Demon, on the Puck.
They're in though.
Even just the Centaur.
They know the Aegis has been expended. Rainbow's able to play with the BKB. Still got to try and TP out. He's still got a couple of heroes playing next to him. And they actually don't mind about doubling back to the high gun and taking a fight. They have a very good ward to set themselves up with.
I wonder if they might want to fight. I mean, no Wukongs is really the big buzzkill here for the team fight from Hydra. Because I feel like if they didn't pop that, maybe he wouldn't have used his BKB on the Alchemist. But it just means that Dream Coil isn't enough. You do need that Wukong's command to be able to take out this Alchemist. And what a big kill that'd be.
I mean, 15,000 net worth lead though for HellRaisers. Yes, it's an Alchemist lineup, and we see his position in the graph. He is doubled the Monkey King's net worth. Oh boy. Oh no. Rabel is just... He's fat. No other way to put it. This guy is ridiculous in the net worth.
Swole, would you say?
Small? No,
Swole.
Oh, Swole. Yeah, this dude, look at this guy. Swole, he's got a big tummy, but I can see the biceps and the shoulders as well.
He's the definition of bear mode, this guy.
Yeah.
He is just like huge muscles, huge guts.
He's got
128 bad for me.
He got the power.
He's been cultivating mass. It's winter. He's bulking.
Yes, exactly right.
Winter for us, not for Eastern Europe.
It's always Balkan season, baby. He's just...
The endless bulk is the only way to go.
Oh, yes. I mean, we're seeing it. Rabel is just munching on heroes, munching on creeps. How many last hits has he got? 343. No surprise, he's the highest in the game as well. But... what are we looking for in regards to Hydra? Like, we have seen some signs of life, especially that bottom kind of tier 3 fight when they were defending their barracks. You know, it was an exceptional use of the Wukongs, but do you feel like it's at a stage where kind of the fights need to look perfect for them?
The only way it's going to look perfect for them is if you catch the Juggernaut when he's already used Blade Fury, and then you coil him, or you somehow force the BKBs out on the Alchemist and Tiny, and then take a team fight. Because
Elaine, Asgold.
to me,
Miro's got the first on. Oh, instantly, Watson. Just no hesitation. Drops the Omni Slash, gets the kill. All they needed was a little bit of control, and Asgold's down now for 60 seconds. He was... What was his kill count at one stage? Oh, 6-0 or something like that. This guy was having an exceptional start, and up to 7, 5, and 4. He is struggling.
Just shows you the power of a hero like the Rubik that has that instant catch as well. Just being able to follow it up. Any kind of initiation coming through. And
Miro, that's a long toss away. Ro's going to pop BKB and Wukong's him. With the Winter's Curse, look at the damage. It's really starting to ramp up. They got the Alchemist Illusions as well. It's going to be able to get some breathing room thanks to the Mischief. Miro's going to try and attempt it. Oh, that's a death sentence from the Tiny. And meanwhile, ICQ, he recognizes that Wyvern, he's going to have to kind of enter the lane here to try and protect the Tiny. So he jumps instantly to find out the support on HellRaisers.
It was a good attempt there by Miero. He was so close actually to being able to catch the Monkey King, but instead it was an illusion that he ended up catching instead because of the Shadow Demon disruption. So it could have looked so amazing for HellRaisers if he was able to catch it. Not so lucky this time. And, well, you just see the importance, right, of being able to land that initiation in onto the backlines. But it was a great Winter's Curse as well, just completely wasting the BKB on Rari that's already down to 7 seconds.
Ooh. Roche is up.
Do they have the damage? I don't know if they do, man. It's
I
just
think you gotta try. Yeah, it's okay. This is, but you've got Wukongs though, and in an area like this, you force Roche, you bring it down low, you pop Wukongs. Might be a bit too late
maybe
now.
this is the TNC play. You get one person baiting inside the pit to catch the scan, and then you gank people as they're coming up to try and fight you.
Oh, it's an illusion. It's just immediately illusion, lads. That's good. Oh no, they got the silence. Oh, great position for the Shadow Demon though, but it's not a good.
They needed that Wukongs.
Oh, that's fine, I think.
25 on Alchemist.
Melody?
Bloodthorn.
They know the rest of the team is nowhere near the Wyvern. They could have been perfect with this jump, but they're not. Caught and Brace to buy enough time to get the curse up. Melody actually won't have the opportunity. Stampede to the north though. Stolen Stampede to be able to close the distance. There we go.
So
onto the
fast.
Phoenix. And now they can chase towards the second support on Hydra. Oh, nice blink reactions. Able to go down to the west. And they close the distance, so Rabel's in with a combo. Already has the Bloodthorn Rabel. Beyond God, like, Miro's going to step into the river as well. That's a dieback onto Askold. Oh, boy. Not looking good for the lads on Hydra.
They don't need to waste their time doing Roche as well. They're just like, we're farmed as hell. We know that there's not going to be a Phoenix. He used his buyback previously alongside the Puck. There's no Puck. Like, where's the damage going to come from that's going to be able to take us out? Absolutely nowhere. So, Gilgear and Miro just on creep babysitting duty right now, making sure there's no funny shenanigans going on. And, well, with Rari revealing on the bottom side, they're all just going to converge in onto that mid lane. Looks like they'll still go the safer route, getting 2 lanes worth of racks and maybe then going back into the Roche pit. But it's a lot of valuable objectives they're able to secure.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Not easy now for you to be able to play the map. Like, Puck's not going to be able to one-hit the creeps, which is very important. You're going to have big lane issues. Your supports can't deal with them at all. It's pretty much... 2 full sets of barracks with the lineup they have is pretty much game over.
Yeah. No damage. Who's going to get this shard? I think it's probably a little bit greedy if Rabel was to pick it up. Never mind, it's an Alchemist. Greevil's greed.
Get better.
I guess he can now buy scepters for people. That's what core players do, right? Oh, he is. Wow. I'm surprised.
They got good goddamn scepters, so...
Give it to Rubik. Let Gilgear live his Grandmaster fantasy.
Oh, Tiny's going Refresher. I did not see that. That's a very interesting... I was curious to see what his item build was going to be this game. I thought it might be damage just because late game you can have tree volley, and if you start to get a little bit of damage, then...
There might not be a late game.
Oh, yeah, well,
it's the last lane of racks being hit on.
What's the call?
Gotta do something, Hydra.
The decent jump. They're playing with a Sunray, but defensive telekinesis is
They're just trying to bait out BKBs. They want them to use BKBs, but they just won't. They're like, we got an Alchemist.
No. They smoked and instantly popped as Rabel's jumping in. A curse as well for good measure. They also kept the concoction onto both supports. Supernova, but oh, that attack speed. It's instantly gone. So too the heroes on Hydra. Middle of the barracks though. Toss away, Miro. Protecting Rabel for the moment. As soon as they see the buybacks, they're gonna rethink how they can take this siege, and well, easy enough with Rabel at the front.
Still no Wukongs though. He might still die. Never mind. Cold Embrace and the defensive telekinesis and the healing ward. Oh no! Not the Puck. Not the Puck. He was going for the healing ward.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
And they're in. Celebratory kills now, it looks like, for HellRaisers. A really solid game from them. There was a little bit of weakness early on. We saw Hydra, a couple of sequence of events working out for them, but
Dire victory.
HellRaisers able to outclass them towards the mid and the late game.
What a great Alchemist pick, and what a great choice to be able to put it mid as well, right? You're going up against a hero that you might not have an amazing time mid lane, but he still did, of course. Good attack damage. But the damage just wasn't there. I'm going to keep harping on that point because I'm sure that's going to be in Hydra's minds. If we're going to go for this late game, pretty decent team fight, we need the damage to be able to execute once we get there. And it was all just about sustain on HellRaisers, whether it be defensive telekinesis, cold embrace, chemical rage, healing ward, multiple carries that are looking to scale to be able to push into the lanes. Good lockdown. Just really well played by HellRaisers after a little bit of a scary early game.
And they did a really good job as well to be able to enable Rabel on this Alchemist. 12 stacks from Melody, 5 stacks from Gilgear. I mean, that is... What more could you be asking for from supports to be able to amplify your Alchemist? And we saw, and you also mentioned it as well, Rabel is that big win condition. They don't have answers to the Alchemist, and we saw what happened. He just completely toppled over every piece in the draft and every hero they had to play with on Hydra. So a very, very dominant kind of 2/3 of that game for HellRaisers, but if Hydra, if they can clean up a little bit, try and continue on from the lanes and kind of the start of the early game they had, then we could be in fighting shape. I think also the important thing just to quickly mention is that it wasn't like a crazy outdraft. So still the concepts overall of were relatively solid, but we did see the Alchemist was a bit of an issue towards the end. So maybe they don't get this elk cheese, but regardless, Hydra, they're going to be dropping game 1 here against HellRaisers. We'll see if they're able to hit back after the break.